So, Jagruti, what will investigations focus on?
Well, Julie, I think the contents of what was found in that bush is one of the things that the investigation is going to focus on. What's in the backpacks. They're going to break down the GoPro and also obviously look into the rifle, that AK-47 style rifle that with a scope that was found in the bush where a suspect fled the scene. I think those will really be part of the investigation, where that gun was obtained. I think a lot of it will centre around the kind of investigation on the kind of charges that law enforcement thinks that they might be able to bring upon the suspect, if this potential suspect is indeed thought to be the individual that has been caught. And they're going to be looking into what kind of charges, which could include federal charges as well. And the FBI, as you say, which is the lead federal agency in the investigation, they say they've deployed investigative teams, crisis response teams and bomb technicians. They've asked the public to avoid the area near the golf course, and they've asked anyone with information to call the FBI tip line with that information. So these are clearly early moments of the investigation, lots of different avenues to pursue here.
Jagruti, the Secret Service under scrutiny once again. I mean, are there questions that might be raised about the agency's ability to protect presidential candidates?
Yeah, Arnold, you're right. Lots of scrutiny on the Secret Service following that failed assassination attempt in July on former US President Donald Trump at one of his rallies in Butler, Pennsylvania. Lots of questions asked about Kimberly Cheatle, then head of the Secret Service, who ultimately resigned following bipartisan calls to step down because of questions over the actions of the Secret Service. The Washington Post recently reported, according to two anonymous sources speaking to the Post, that there was a breakdown in security that led to that, the circumstances that enabled the gunman to get onto that roof and try that assassination attempt at Butler, Pennsylvania. So in the backdrop of all of this, you've had yet another apparent assassination attempt on the former US President Donald Trump. But here, in this instance, you're hearing quite a lot of praise for the Secret Service from the Palm Beach County Sheriff, saying the Secret Service did exactly what they were supposed to do. Lots of praise from Sean Hannity of Fox News, who was speaking to Fox News, saying that he'd spoken to President Trump after this incident, and he said that the FBI, the Secret Service, I beg your pardon, they pounced on the president after this incident, and so they, saying that within seconds they pounced on him and covered him. So, lots of praise here for the Secret Service, which comes really, as you say, after lots of questions being asked about whether the Secret Service were operating correctly and effectively, and questions being asked about whether there's enough of a security detail around these high-profile candidates. As a member of the Secret Service saying we live in dangerous times, and obviously this is in the run-up, the last leg of the election campaign, as the candidates are really upping the ante, getting touring the country, really being out in public in open spaces a lot of the time. Trying to reach members of the public to try to secure their votes. So I think a lot of scrutiny will be continued to be on those candidates and the security service detail that is, protecting them.
Jagruti, thank you very much for the update on this still developing story. Jagruti Dave live there from Washington, D.C.